Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of Arkeis by Ankama. This is the Kickstarter edition box. I also have the expansions, the Threat Beneath, the Jewel of the Cult, and thus the Sphinx Cometh. And I also have a few extras like this dice bag here, extra dice, metal coins, and this play mat as well. But before I open everything up, I'd like to ask you to please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because that really helps the channel. And also check out my Patreon page if you'd like to become a supporter of this channel. And you can support me for as little as just €1 per month or more, and in return you will get early access to all of my videos, access to Patreon exclusive videos, and your name in the credits of all of my videos. All right, let's open up the boxes and see what's inside. So before I open up the core box, let's look at some of these nice accessories here. We have a game mat for the main cards, I guess, stuff you put in the middle of the table for everyone to see. It has a nice print and stitched edges, which are also printed, so you don't have a big thick black edge along the side. It's a nice vinyl, nice and thick as well. So it's only printed on one side, of course. It's nice and big, so it has room for everything there. It looks really nice. Then we also got a faux leather dice bag, which is pretty cool. It's pretty big, has the Arkeis logo on it, and one of these logos on the back, symbol. And so as you can see, you fold it open, it's kind of like a pouch, has stitched insides here. So that's a pretty big bag actually. And it has the strings on the inside, both ways, so you can, let's see how that works, probably, it kind of just folds up like this, I guess. So yeah, it's a bit rough because it's kind of thick material, but yeah, that's that. It doesn't fold closed quite the way I wanted it. I would like to have it, I should say, because I feel like you kind of need to fold it a bit before this works properly. It's a bit too stiff, but we'll see. We'll see what we can use this for. It looks nice anyway. So there's that. All right, then we got some extra dice here and coins. So let's start with the dice here. The DX Combat Dice, set 1. So that is a bag with 5 extra dice there. They're marbled. They look really nice. They're slightly, is that slightly transparent? Could be, not entirely sure. But it's like the marble effect is visible a little bit inside of the surface, a little bit below the surface. Maybe that's just a reflection, I don't know. These look pretty cool, and all the faces are painted, so you can clearly tell what face there is by just the colors. So that's pretty cool. We have 5 of those. Then we also have here the dice set 2 investigation dice. Again, white marbled dice. They look really nice. And they have all their faces painted in gold. So that's also pretty nice. There you go. 5 extra dice of that. And then, of course, something I always like to have is metal coins, metallic coins. So let's take a closer look at those as well. Ooh, nice and weighty. Make a nice clanky noise with one side having the scarab right there, nice and deep embossed symbol there. Oh, and there goes one of them. And on the other side we have that same symbol again. That's really cool. Those are really nice and hefty. So we have that. All right, let's move on to the big box. So there it is, and this box is absolutely huge. Look at how tall that is. That is incredible. Kickstarter edition, of course. I think the retail edition will be about this size, probably. And they'll have some extras or expansions, I guess. So there's a lot of stretch goals in here, I take it. And the box comes in a sleeve. So this is the actual side of the box. The other sides we're seeing here are sleeves. Really nice artwork. The back of the box here has the game set up. You can see some of those trays that form the map. We have some cards, we have some tokens, some dice, journal, the player boards and cards, and then they have these little backpack tuck boxes, miniatures, of course, lots of miniatures, 52 of them. We get 9 3D doors, we get 7 modular 3D rooms, 9 double-sided scenery boards, and a bunch of tokens. So we have a 10-episode narrative campaign, 62-page expedition logbook, and reusable stickers. So it's kind of a legacy game, but you get to reset it. So that's pretty cool. Plays in about 60 minutes per session for 1 to 5 players ages 10 and up. This is quite the box. And I do like that this sleeve has a vertical piece of art here if you want to store it vertically, which I'm sure you would be able to do in a Kallax as well. Arkeis. And here's the front again, and the other side has a horizontal piece of art, again with this Sphinx here, mechanical Sphinx, super cool. Right, so let me just find a way to open this, because of the slipcover I can't keep the box sleeved, which I usually do. So I'll just make an incision and then just rip that off. All right, there we go. Wow. Okay. Whew. Huge. All right, now I'll slide the box out of this slipcover. Carefully. I think I'll put it on the side, actually, that's easier. There we go. I'll put this to the side. Now we have more art to check. So the cover looks completely different now from this, which was really cool. I like this, but this is also really nice. The expedition members going into the pyramid. It's very cool. And on this side we have some more art. Look at that guy with the mechanical arm. That's really cool. And on the top, also different, I have these two explorers. Nice. The back is different as well, because now the back is just art with the Arkeis logo on it. So yeah, interesting. All right, that's a really cool box. Okay, let's open that up. Just put the lid over here for now. All right. Whew. It's gonna be a lot to go through. We have a nice leaflet here thanking the Kickstarter backers. So that's really cool. I'll read that later. Oh, it's double-sided. It does have a list of Kickstarter components as well. So the stuff that you won't see in the retail box. So there's an embalmer and a master assassin miniature with their cards, a couple of tokens, and some episodes. All right. Then we have the rulebook, which seems like it's pretty thin, so that's good. Not too many rules to have to go through. So here we go. We got, of course, a table of contents, The general principle, how you play the campaign, picking your characters, explorer files, your first session, the components all listed here with images so you know what's what. That's good. Then we have the expedition logbook and how that works. You can check off what you did, setting up the game. We've got fate tokens, episode structure, explorer's turns. So yeah, what you can do on your turn, explained there. Search actions, move actions, fight actions, and support actions. Because this is a cooperative game. The explorer's abilities, adversaries, injuries, traumas, and poison. Can get rough. Inspection dice and logging the results. Okay. And epilogues. And then you can go back to the camp. You can heal injuries, sell items, buy upgrades for the camp, and using them, and using XP and reroll tokens. And then there's just some artwork in the bag. That's really cool. They had a couple of pages left, so they filled it with artwork. Nice. All right. That's really cool. Then we have the camp archives. Nice little booklet. Don't know if I want to go through all of that. Episode 1. Yeah, these are the episodes. So that's 7 episodes in here. It's pretty thick paper, and it's been glued here. So opening this carefully. Yeah, that's a real thick kind of paper. Oh, these are the stickers. There are stickers in here, that's why. So you take things out. Yeah, it kind of felt like it's pretty thick. So, all right, so we have that. We have the expedition logbook. This is a lot more bendable. So we have that, lots of information here. Episode 0 tutorial, that's nice, you get a tutorial. Look at that. Here is the logbook entry where you can check off what you did. Setting up, all of those have that. That's really clever. All right. This is going to be epic. And the camp, where you put the stickers for your camp upgrades. Cool. All right. Then we have some punch boards. So we have this one with some chains there, a hourglass token, all of this mummy, I guess, faces, double-sided. They're the same on both sides, and this, it's a bit warped, my thing, but I mean, once I push them out, that'll be fine. And they seem to be of a standard thickness, like 1.5 or 2 millimeters. Let me check that. I think that's 1.5, judging from sight. No, it looks like almost 2 millimeters even. So we have that. Then we have another punch board here with all of these heart tokens. I think these are poison tokens, reroll tokens, and these XP tokens. They are also the same on both sides of that. Then we have another smaller sheet with 2 reroll tokens and these tokens, and this. Don't know what that is. I think that's something that goes with your camp. Then we have these coin tokens, for which we have the metal ones, but these look really good as well. They are double-sided. They also have that scarab printed on them, also really nicely detailed. We have all of these different symbols. And we have some tiles that go on the map. I guess stuff you can find or interact with. We got some stairs there and some trapdoors. It's really cool. Yeah, that looks nice. So that's the punch boards, 3 of those. Then we have the first tray here. So stuff got rolled around because I flipped the the box around, of course, to look at the back. So we have the dice in here. Let's see where this goes. Does this have a specific spot where this goes, where this fits? Doesn't seem like it. Oh wait, yes. So we have an opening here for this, and we have openings here at the top for this. So this sits in here nicely, has its own dedicated space. And the top one doesn't go over. It goes over a bit here, but you have, of course, the lid to keep it all in place, so that won't go anywhere. And we have plenty of room for the tokens. So you punch the tokens, you put them in there, I guess, and we have the dice. And this is deep enough to also hold the extra dice that we had, so you can have 2 layers of dice. We have the cards here. This is a stack of cards. I'll go through those in a bit, and it looks like this is deep enough. It is kind of tight though. I would say it's deep enough to have them sleeved, but maybe, yeah, this is too tall. But it is pretty tight, so you'll have to find tight-fitting sleeves to be able to put that in sleeve. The height is fine though for that, if you want to sleeve them, of course. Let's open that up and take a look. All right, so let's see. We have Riyad Ajib Explorer, 1 XP. So I guess these are upgrades that you could buy for XP. 2 XP. Yeah, it's kind of like the upgrades you could buy in Imperial. What's the game again? Star Wars. The Imperial. I forget the name. Where you can also buy upgrades for your characters with XP that you unlock. Frank Gaspard, also 4 cards. So they all have 1 XP and 2 XP upgrades. Rebecca Clark, Robert Pierce. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's another 1 XP upgrade and a 2 XP upgrade for all of them. All right. Then we have, oh, that's really deep and tight. And this doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so this is going to be tough getting all of those out. Actually, they do have a little bit of a how do you call that? A vault, a thing at the bottom that you can push. So you flip up the cards, this right here, but doesn't work that well, does it? So and this is sadly too high, so wouldn't have fit. So I don't know if I'm gonna put them in here again. I might try and find a different solution for storing the cards, to be honest. But anyway, we have the broken thumb. These are conditions, I guess, injuries, traumas. It says so on the back. Trauma. Whole bunch of different trauma cards. Broken thumb, bloody eyes, you name it, and they all have different effects. So it says here on the bottom, you know, take 1 injury after each of your support actions, for example. Sprain, dizziness, dizzy spells. And some are green, and some are orange, and some are blue. What else do we have? We have red. I think depending on the seriousness. These have no color at all. Psychosis. Feverish. All right, so you can get some phobias there. Torment, curse, fright, disorientation, and panic. All right, so we have those. Then we have a separate card here for Robert Pierce, which is the Adventurer's Hat, Indiana Jones hat. So I'll put these over here for now. What else do we have? We have a little envelope here that says, stop, do not shuffle this pile, and do not look at what is in it. The adventures you are about to experience are not just mysterious, they are also full of the Pharaoh's secrets waiting to be revealed. When you encounter the symbol below, the explorer who discovered it takes the top card from this pile. If you unite several of these cards, their effect will be all the stronger. Oh, cool. That is really nice. Cool. Then we have these bigger cards here, also pretty tight fit, so you won't be able to sleeve those if you would want to. That is a little bit unfortunate. All right, let's open these up. So we have all of these different cards for different encounters. So this is a tomb robber, a priestess, a zealot, you name it, Naga. So there's a whole bunch of them, and they're all priestess, more priestesses, golems. There's a lot of them. I don't know if they need to be sorted, because there's different scorpions, different scarabs, different tomb robbers. And these cards are a bit on the thin side, in my opinion. They have a linen finish. Nice print though. And on the front of these cards, you can see all of their effects and what they do. So we have that, and they are different. So they have different effects. So I guess you randomly draw them, I guess. So we have all of that for all of these monsters. Right, there's a whole bunch of them. That's a lot of cards. All right, those go here. Then let's take a look at these actually. So we have the heroes, and they have their health points, I guess. You put tokens there when you get damaged, I guess. And you have slots for cards. 4 different types of cards, 4 different colors. I guess they also correspond, those colors, with the traumas you can get. You have turn structure here, so that's a nice reminder. And there's something else on the back as well. Guardian Towerette. Interesting. Don't know what that means yet. Rebecca Clark, also with their own abilities. Guardian Capri. That's pretty cool. Eleanor Mansard, with on the back Guardian Sobek. Maybe a special game mode. Riyad Ajib, Guardian Sekhmet, that's really cool. Robert Pierce, young Robert Pierce. Ah, I see. He was like an Indiana Jones then. And Master Assassin, which was the Kickstarter, and the Embalmer. All right, so we have all of that. Then we have these boxes. I don't know if they're empty. Let's check them out. Yeah, it looks like these are empty tuck boxes, and you use those to store the cards you gain during the game. And yeah, these are all empty, but they do have, let's see, yeah, their characters printed here, so you know which one belongs to who. Basically their backpacks. And yeah, these are all empty. So that's pretty cool. You can store, you can save your progress, so to speak, and store your game and continue some other time. That's really nice. All right, let's take out this first tray then. And of course, the dice, well, you've seen them, but they are now, of course, just plain white with these black faces, and black with colored faces, though. These are also colored. So you get 5 of each of those. The next tray in here. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff in here. And then there's the miniatures, finally. So, well, we have the doors. The 3D doors. And they slide over your trays that make the map. So you connect them, so to speak, and tokens go in here. We saw those tokens earlier, the colored ones, and they slide in here so you can color code every door. That's really cool. So you have those. Let's see, those go in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. Then we have the 2 Kickstarter exclusive minis. This is the Master Assassin. That looks really nice, very detailed. He's got that symbol on this plate on his chest. He's got 2 of these scimitars, Egyptian swords. He's got a little jackal on his shoulder, And the robes, very detailed, lots of detail here in the robes and on the legs. That's pretty cool. So we have that figure, and then we have this, what was it again, a priestess? Not sure, again. The embalmer, I believe it was, yeah, with the nice mystical mists effect at the base. And look at all these skulls, like their souls swirling around her, and or him. Is carrying an urn, of course, and the sacrificial ritualistic dagger to take out the organs of the deceased. That's really cool. So we have those two figures. They look really nice. Then we have some boxes in here. So there's a hole here, so you can pick that out. So these are the episodes. So we have episode 1.5, episode 0. That's, I guess, first steps. And then we have these. Is that? Oh, this doesn't go deep enough to take out. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I have to use my nail. They did make one here, so there's 2 here. All right, there's plenty. So 7, 3. Ooh. There's 4. 2.5. They could have made one here as well, but they didn't. So I have to pluck that out. And another one here. So yeah, stacked a lot of those in here. What's that? That's the prologue. The Guardians. Interesting. Now I won't open these because I don't want to spoil it. So I kind of feel like these would be spoilers if we started opening that. So I'm just going to leave all that in here and put all of that back. I hope I put them in the right order. I don't think it really matters. There's a little bit of a height difference, but as long as it fits. So those are the episodes. I kind of want to, let's open up the first one because that's what you start with, the first steps. And like I thought, it contains cards with events and stuff. So you open that when you start playing the game, and otherwise just leave it inside. And I bet you can store tokens or whatever that you need in there as well. So that is the first tray. Basically, lots of cards. There we go. And then we have another tray here with the miniatures. Big tray. Let's open that up. Hard to take out because this is just really small, but you can use that as places to lift that. Same with this, but I don't think you need to take it out. Oh yes, you do. Haha, there's another tray underneath. Excellent. All right, let's take a look at all the miniatures. So first here in the top, in these round slots, we have these little snakes. Cobras, whatever they are. And there's multiple snakes, right? So we have this guy here, which kind of looks like a dragon's head almost. Such big pointy teeth. And that looks really cool with the horns. And there's a little snake face here as well. Couple of tails. So there's a bunch of snakes, really exotic looking snakes on a single base. So you have that, and there's multiple of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. This one, oh, that is actually a scarab that they flip one around. Yeah, I hope that is correct. I hope that is correct. Because it seems to me this is deeper. Seems to me you should have 10 snakes and 10 scarabs. I seem to have 9 snakes. I don't know if that's listed. Let's just make sure. Let's see. 5 scarabs. So we got extra ones. Oh wait, no. This is, yeah, 5 Xor, 12 scarabs, and 9 knots of snakes. Okay, so that is correct. That is correct. I'm happy. 3 knots of snakes. We have, oh yeah, these are more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, correct. All right, so don't worry. There's a scarab in there. That's supposed to be that way. Really cool. Really big scarab with these big front legs, big grabbers. It's really cool. Got little mandibles there as well. It's a nice looking little miniature there. So we have those, all of these scarabs. Then we have these figures. That looks really cool. Very dynamic poses. Again, lots of detail in the billowing cape. Holding up one hand, and in the other hand is a dagger. I like the crown there. There's plenty of detail in the face. And again with the symbol on the chest. Another little scarab there. Jackal, sorry. There's the scabbard for the dagger. That is really cool. That's a nice looking figure. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And we have this mummy here. Look at the claws. Very big clawed hands. And again, nice detail on the face here. Lots of stuff going on there. The belt, the ankh, the mummy wrappings. That's so cool. Nice pose. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those as well. Let's take a look at these guys. These are the grave robbers, I think. So he's got a dagger. Also a really nice attack stance. It's got some, is that rope? Yeah, some rope on the belt there. He's got a backpack with all kinds of tools and stuff. A lantern there. A gun even on the hip. Nice. And the little dust goggles on top of the head there. Really, really impressed with the detail on these models. So you get 4 of those as well. Next we have these guardians over here, which also look really cool. These Egyptian gods with the animal heads. This is the crocodile one. This is really cool. Again, very dynamic pose, lunging forward, very muscular legs there and muscular arms, wielding 2 of those sickle swords. Don't know what their actual name is. The crocodile head and all the teeth. Again, with that symbol on the back. That's super cool. I am really, really digging the theme and the sculpts of this game so far. Here's the tiger or panther deity. Again, very muscular. Holding, is that a snake? Yeah, looks like it. There's the snake's head, I think. Yeah, that's this is the tail. It's the rattlesnake's tail there. It goes up over this hand and across the back. And then here, and that's the head then. That's really cool. Clawed toes. Nice robes and headdress. Lots of detail. Then we have this guy. Also looks really cool. It's big legs. Look at that. A giant Scarabian kind of cape, and holding, yeah, he's got like the mandibles for a crown there, and this cool weapon. So he must be like the scarab deity. It's very cool. That's a really nice one. Nice design. Then we have this one, I think the priestess. Also really nice. All the billowing robes. And this on the back. Look at all the detail and the sculpting there. All the way up here. The headdress there. That's really cool. And the staff. The mummy bandages over the legs there. That is a nice model. Okay, so what else do we have? We have here the hippo deity wielding a huge hammer. That's really cool. Bigger base as well. That's really cool. Very muscular, very broad. It's got a ponytail. Yep. Lots of stuff going on there. Really cool. So we've done all of these. Then we have this big snake. Oh, that's a huge snake. Also adorned with some armor plating here over the body. That's really cool. A headdress. Some armor plating going on here and here. But you can still see the scales on the exposed parts. Lots and lots of detail. That is really well done. Look at that. So smooth. Really cool. And the plating has some battle damage on it. Even the tail is armored. Big head, teeth. You can clearly see the eyes there. Really, really well sculpted. So we get two of those. Then we get two of these scorpions. Again, partially armored scorpions. You got some armor on the claws there. That's really cool. And there, so these scissor-like pincers. And the mandibles there with something, a headdress, protecting their heads. And the stinger also has this little ball on top of it. This is the exposed scorpion skin. Again, with all these pointy bits. The legs. That looks really, really cool. That even looks like a saddle of some kind. So we have those. They don't fit neatly into these circular things because of their pincers, so you have to kind of angle them up so they don't sit flat on the bottom. All right, but they fit. Then we have this big boy, this steam golem. That's really cool. This is kind of furnace golem. Again, with all the symbols that we see everywhere. Big hands, huge hands, gears here in the shoulders. That's really cool. All the gears. See all the detail there, detail on these shoulder pads. That is really cool. With the snakes, Egyptian hieroglyphics. Look at all the gears there in the back. Big tubes running everywhere. This tube is disconnected. We have these exhausts here on the top. And these vents for taking in air. And a little head there. That's really cool. That is super cool. Tiny legs, tiny stompy legs, and big grabby hands. That is a cool model. I like that a lot. All right, those were all the models in this tray, I believe. Let me put the lid back up on that. There we go. I'll just put that over here. So then in the bottom we have some extra trays, and they have the explorers, they have the big Sphinx, this big guy. Let's start with this one. And oh yeah, and they are seated inside the tray. So I'll take a look at those after this. So this seems like a big empty, you know, just the cards. So there's some room you can save with just putting these inside the trays like that, should you need extra room. I'll just put this to the side. That might be a good idea actually for storing these cards. You know, if you store this in a different way, then those cards could be easily sleeved and stored in here. So there is room, after all, for everything. If you want to sleeve your stuff and you don't want to squeeze it into that tray over there. All right, so these are area cards. I think it is safe to take a look at those. All right, so if you don't want to see anything of these area cards, just use the timestamps below and skip ahead a bit. I'll make timestamps for all the different components. So we have this is just a bit of desert. Then this is basically a bit of a setup, I guess. The Pharaoh's Erg. Dried up oasis. Former camp. Yeah, so I'll just go through these quickly. Basically just set up what you find. Different dunes. Burial chamber. Vestibule. All right. Different rooms, different areas you can encounter with the tokens that indicate what you find there. So we have those. All right. Okay. Then we have these cards. Let's take a look at those. All right, traps. Are all of these traps? Nope. So let's take a look at the traps first. Again, same quality as the bigger cards. Now for the smaller cards, that doesn't matter too much. They're a bit on the thin side for my tastes. But I would, you know, prefer them to be a bit thicker, but they're not super thin. But yeah, be careful with them. I would suggest sleeving them if you're going to use them a lot, which I guess you do because you need to shuffle the trap cards. But they're basically just, yeah, our traps. They tell you what happens. I guess you put the dice on here with those faces to disarm them. That's a cool mechanism. So I'll put these here. Then we have free play mode. Different game mode. Excellent. And encounters. So free play mode here. You have a curse. Give this card to one player at random. We have items. So cult whip, again with the color codes. So you can put them on your character's board. Royal spear, a rustic axe, a bloody pickaxe. So these are all weapons. Reinforced armor. So you can have extra hit points. 3 extra injury slots. Calming sensor. Yeah. All right. So all kinds of items that you can put on your character with different color codes. That's really nice. And then we have encounter cards. So all of these are encounter cards. And it tells you for how many players. So we have 4 to 5 players. This is only 4 to 5 players. So I guess we'll see some more cards maybe. So yeah, you put your dice faces on these square slots, I guess. Oh no, wait. Okay, so this is the encounter, but if it's 4 to 5 players, you add these in the corner here. That's, I guess, how it works. So 1, 2, and 3 players, just this, and then you kind of add more enemies for bigger player counts. Interesting. All right, so these are just your encounters. Randomly generate the monsters that you encounter. All right, I'll put all of those cards back into this tray. There we go. All right, next we have our explorers, the hero characters. All right, so we have this girl here, dapper, boldly walking forward in a nice looking stride there, heading right on in, facing danger head on. That's really cool. A very eager archaeologist. The big smile on her face. Got the dust goggles as well. The bag with a scroll and some pouches there. That's really, really nice. So that's the first explorer. Then we have this man, the mechanic, with the wrench there and the mechanical arm. Very strong lad. looking ready for battle. He's got lots of tools on his belt there. Nice, like the boots with all the straps. Plenty of detail. Then we have this, the local guide with the torch, and the staff, and the cape. Pouch there, a little pouch there. Doesn't seem to have any weapons on him. Maybe a dagger tucked away somewhere. So, yeah, we have him. Then we have the old professor here with the pipe in the left hand, the suitcase on the bottom. He's got something hanging here. Is that a scabbard? Or is that a walking cane? Could be. I'm guessing it's a walking cane. With the nice looking jungle hat. Alright, that's pretty cool. And we have this fellow, or lass, over here. Yes, she's got the binoculars. Also very brave looking. Adventurer. Everything looks like it's straight out of some Indiana Jones movie. Or The Mummy, actually. With Brandon Fraser. That's really nice. Alright. So we have those 5 explorers. I'll put those to the side. There you go, with the lid on them. Then we got some really cool and big miniatures left here. This is a huge looking mechanical Sphinx. Look at that. That is very cool. Big headdress there. And the mechanical arms and legs and wings and tail there. Looks really cool. Look at that. Look at that detail. Excellent. That is a really cool sculpt. Cool. Imagine this in action, you know, jumping up, pouncing at the heroes. That's really cool. So we have that figure and a really big looking fellow here. That's a big figure. Another mechanized foe, like a big pharaoh, but with 4 arms, having all of the cool headdresses. Look at that flail there. In one hand, a staff in the other 2 hands, and a free hand there. And it looks like there's a little face in here. Is that actually like a driver, or is that ornaments? That is hard to see. I can't quite tell. There's some tubes there. The spine is exposed. Shoulder blades. I like the detail here on the legs as well, and the heels. Super cool. Oh, out of focus. There we go. Look at that. That looks really nice. That's a very cool figure. All right, I'll put that back, and then we'll have a look at all of these tiles, because as you may have seen on the back of the box, we have all of these trays, and this is a tile that's inside. So this is a box, kind of. So this is, yeah, you know, your tray that can be a map tile. This is lettered with E right there, and the doors then go on top of these. So if you have 2 of those sitting next to each other, the doors kind of connect them. And you can also turn them around, and you'll have this for elevated terrain, I believe. So that's pretty cool. You can use both sides. So we have that one. That one, did that sit inside? Okay, I'll try to remember that. We have these, and these have these little cut off edges, so you can easily take them out. Of course, you can just hold it upside down. But this looks like it might rotate, so maybe you'll need to take out the tile and then rotate it, put it back in. Perhaps, I don't know what they came up with, of course. And on the back, it's just desert. Really nice though, with the stones, rocks. So we have that. Second one here. Again with an inner room. And this might be another elevated area. Then we have this tile here. Look at all the mechanical stuff there. It's really a steampunk Egyptian theme. That's also really nice. So we have that. Then we have this one on the left. Tile F and 2B. This does look like it's the same on all sides, so I'm not entirely sure if you're going to use elevated terrain. Hopefully, that would be cool. And desert on the back. So we have that one. And then finally this fourth one, and then we have some bigger ones. So tile G and 4B, 4A. Look at all the hieroglyphics there. Cool. And the same thing on the back here again. Then we have some double rooms, 2 of them. Grab this one first. So this is, oh, there are a couple of tiles even. So we have 5A and 6A with the desert on one side. And on the other side, we've got 6B, which is a bigger mechanical corridor. And 5B, I'll hold it sideways, which seems to be partially outside. Maybe the entrance to a tomb. And here's the other one. So we have that. And inside of these is again more stuff, more gears and then things going on. And the back is just again stones outside of the pyramid or the temple. Here's another tile. This one only has one. More inner corridors. Steam coming out there. Oh, this is interesting. Look at all the colors on the back here. That's also very nice. And inside this one we have some papyrus, it seems, with hieroglyphics. That looks really nice. Wonder, is that the dirt? That's just dust. Okay, some dust inside. Factory dust. So yeah, and the same on the back. All right, so we have these two with all of these tiles. And then finally, I guess we have the big tile with the big room. Actually, a few. So we have this outside desert area. And we have this big room. There's a red line, which I assume indicates that that is wall. Some big artifact going on there. There's numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. So stuff comes out on this conveyor belt. That's really nice. All right. And then we have this one. Oops. Yep. With, oh, different things again. This looks very sci-fi. 4 hands. Looks like a giant reactor of some kind with an opening here going inside. As you can tell from these pipes, this is horizontal and then it goes down. And then on the back we have this, which looks like a window into some kind of portal. Or is that a crystal that's being held there? And we have 4 different symbols that you can find on your dice. So we have that. And then we have another tray in here, and that's the last one. A big room divided into 4. Room A, which looks really nice, again with that symbol here in the floor, and more stones on the back. All right, that was everything in this enormous box. All right, there we go. Right, now it's time to take a look at Thus the Sphinx Cometh. Smaller expansion for Arkeis. Here it says on the back, you doze off by the comforting warmth of your campfire only to wake up faced with the Sphinx in a gloomy place that seems to defy reality. Confront this monstrous apparition and try to free yourselves from its grip to get safely out of this nightmare. So it's an exclusive adventure, has scenario cards, trauma card, adversary profiles, pediment tokens, statue tokens, and an expedition logbook. So it's mostly paper, but let's have a look at that. It's a bit of a folded paper lid, so mine got banged up just a little bit. I hope I can fit all this in the core box. I think I should be able to do that. Expedition logbook, episode 6.5. So you get an extra expedition. So it's just a small little book. We have the single trauma card, the Sphinx's Curse. So we have that, that's new. We have some new, more event cards. Let's take a look at these. All right, so these are, oh, this is an event card for the Sphinx. This looks like, oh, it's again Sphinx, but with a different icon. Let's take a look at the backs here first. Sphinx, Sphinx. So we have these are different cards. We have all of these. So different kind of titles for these. Nightmare, Final Nightmare, Nightmare, icons. So I don't know what it all means yet. This looks like an item, weapon in this case, an event, antique bazooka, another event, shin guards, another event. So we have nightmares, it's text on them, not going to spoil that. Epilogue, evasion and retaliation cards. So evasion cards then. And positive epilogue, they are a bit mixed up then. And we have this, some kind of puzzle maybe. All right. So we have that, and then we have these Sphinx cards, different doors. All right, yeah, doors. Okay. So Sphinx basically just means the expansion, I guess. This is the door symbol. So you have these door cards. All right, then we have some extra tiles, tokens. This is different tokens, different kind of characters on them, different symbols. We have these 2 tokens and 2 more with different characters again. So 6 of those and 2 of these come in this mini expansion. And we have this monster card set. So let me open that up. All right, so we have the Sphinx again. The mini was in the core box. That looks really cool. All of these have the same icon, and they're all for the Sphinx. So different effects for the special Sphinx card. All right, cool. That comes in this little expansion. Let's open up another box. And this is the Jewel of the Cult. That might be an explorer there, chased by these jackal guards. On the back, we see, you get a new hero, Mima. What Mima miniature? Get new scenario cards, experience cards, explorer profile, of course, a backpack box for that character, and an expedition logbook. Yeah, there's the backpack. All right, let's open that up and check it out. So, episode 0.5, Expedition Logbook Annex. The Jewel of the Cult. With the setup, logbook entry, and the outcome. So it's just a single mission. We have her dashboard card. Spots for the cards, for health. And on the back there's nothing. In this case, no guardian. We have the Mima miniature, standing a bit awkwardly with the legs spread out and the sword held in front of her. That's pretty cool. I like it. Looks like she's a young explorer. The hip flask there. The big turban. It's a nice looking character. So we have that miniature. Then we have the backpack, of course, again empty, but that's a really nice looking backpack. Tuck box, store the cards in there. And we have these different cards. So let's see, a Scarab Compendium, his item. There's the, oh, a Khopesh, there it is, a double-bladed Khopesh. Now we know what they are called. Event cards. The Eye of Anubis. That's an item, I guess. Events. Look at that artist. The art for this game is incredible. A map. Cool. Another event. Anti-Scarab Amulet. And these are, it doesn't really say on the back what it is. These different icons again. Defiler. Events. Door cards, yep, with the door symbols on the back. All right, so we have a new door cards as well. So we have those, and then we have some smaller cards here. So here is Mima Certificate of Ability cards. These are the XP cards for this character. So we have the 1 XP cards, the 2 XP cards, 3 XP cards, and another 1, 2, and 3 XP card. All right, so those go in there. These go on top. It's barely enough space to have them in, so again, sleeving is not really an option here. And is there anything underneath? No, there is not. So that is this expansion, the Jewel of the Cult. Let's open up the other one. So finally, there's this expansion, the Threat Beneath, with a giant armored sandworm. Can't have a desert without a sandworm now, can we? So we have, you're being hunted. We have another miniature. Has the sandworm miniature, more scenario cards, an adversary profile card, 7 neutral search tokens, 4 trap tokens, an expedition logbook, and a camp upgrade. So it's another mission that you can do. That's really cool. All right, let's open that up. So here is the Annex Logbook, episode 3.5, with the setup. It's a special episode. Nothing to check off in the logbook. Scoring. Okay, so that's that. There's the miniature. Take a look at these tiles first. One of them already popped out. So we have a punch board with these tokens. 4 of these tiles, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what they look like on the back. We have the sandworm card right here. It's 20 hit points. Phase 1 and phase 2 on the back. Play the sandworm's turn after each player's turn. And this is after all players, so he gets more fearsome. What's this? Look at that, a little card. That's a sticker. Yeah, it's a little sticker. The sandworm carcass. You can upgrade your camp with that. That's pretty cool. And we have these event cards. So let's see. Yeah, we have event cards. There's a trap. Event. We have some more items for your explorers. This is a blue antique helmet. event. A black blade. More events. Another Cometh. Here's a purple concoction. It's also an event. More event cards. Reassure cards. Something you can do. More event cards. Plenty of cards in here. Nice big stack. Ganglion extract. And then we have some more door cards. Let me just put those back in with these icons on it for different doors. So 5 door cards. All right. And then of course the miniature, and you have some slots for putting in those tiles over here and the tokens over there if you want to, because I don't know if there's room enough in the big box for all this unless you make your own inserts. I guess there will be a third-party company might want to try their hand at making an insert to store everything in the box. The box is big enough. That is really cool looking. Look at that. It's bursting from the ground, so the base is also a bit sculpted, and has all of these claws there, these bigger ones and the smaller ones. There's its maw, large jaws there, and it's completely plated here. Big plate on its back, some plates on the front of the head, and here you can see its spine a bit, and then it's got another big protection plates here with chains coming from it. So that's really cool. Seems that this worm is already pretty much armored with chitin itself. But these ancient Egyptians even armored it up some more as a guardian to their temples, I guess. That is really cool. That is an excellent miniature. It's really nice. All right. And so that was my unboxing of Arkeis Plus Expansions by Ankama Games. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and please also check out my Patreon page by clicking the link in the description below or the icon at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.